remove this. Put that right there. Okay, no, put that there. And, whoa, wait, almost. No, you just can't let this side go, because if you drop that side, then this side's not gonna be
I can't
flat.
do this. I just can't do this. I swear, some people have been blessed with this skill. You remember growing up, right? Well, I haven't gotten any better. Not even a slight bit better. Over 30 plus years, zero improvement.
Well, I mean, you've never really been the patient type, Sal. You've literally been blessed with no patience. You know, I think it has a lot to do with that mess from your 7th grade birthday
Let's
party.
not even go there. Oh, beautiful. Jason Samuel Rudy's here. My best friend and your arch nemesis, Jason Samuel Rudy.
Perfect timing.
Hello, friends. Sal, we still on for the casino tonight?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Hello, doll. You miss me?
Miss you? Yeah, sure. I missed you the same way that I'd miss a zit just right on the tip of my nose.
You know, I'm your brother's best friend. Best friend since 1st grade. Your dislike of me has spanned 3 decades. Do you ever think of changing it up a little?
You know, while you're here, I heard you went to a baseball doubleheader today alone. I mean, who goes to a baseball doubleheader just by themselves?
I happen to like being alone, Maggie. Just because you can't stand being by yourself for 5 minutes, don't take it out on me.
Well, you better get used to being all by yourself, Bumblebee.
Of course, Bumblebee. Yes, I get stung by a massive wasp at the age of 7, and that's your nickname for me.
You tried to catch that bee with your mouth, and it stung you on the tongue. Great job.
Easy, you two. And hey, that wasp was some wasp. But more importantly, Bumblebee, is how can it be a sport if you can play 2 in the same day? There's no doubleheader football games, no doubleheader basketball games. Heck, as far as I'm concerned, if you can play 2 in the same day, sorry, buddy, can't be a sport.
And we're gonna start this again.
This is nuts. I can't do this. I've already been through an entire roll of tape, and this looks worse and worse by the minute.
See, this bothers me to no end.
What, the gift? It's for my niece. She's graduating elementary school today. The party's tomorrow night. No good?
No, the gift is lovely. It's just the wrapping paper.
The wrapping paper? What, the color stinks? Well, I've got an entire closet full of different colors.
Actually, that's true. He does. He has all shapes and sizes and colors, but he just can't seem to wrap a gift himself. All right, Sal, I gotta go.
I'm either the smartest man in the world or the dumbest. And this wrapping paper thing, it bothers me to no end. We buy wrapping paper to wrap our treasures for our loved ones, but in reality, wrapping paper is just trash. It serves no purpose at all. I wrap it up, you tear it off and throw it out. No shelf life, no purpose, nothing. So I have to buy the gift, buy a card, and then wrap it up. Why? So you can throw the card out in 2 days and chuck this out immediately?
Preach, baby, preach.
You know what my father used to do as we got older? He would start putting blankets over the bigger presents. Brilliance. See, I don't give a hoot about the wrapping paper. No, I just wanted the present. Imagine the pure satisfaction of walking into that party with a nice, warm layer of cloth over your present. You put it on the table, you arrive with the present. The child is happy, the gift is received, and you keep $5. Brilliance!
Wrapping paper. It just wastes everyone's time.
Oh, a complete waste of time. It should be removed from the earth.
So you suggest I go to the party with just a blanket covering up this present. After cake and ice cream, my niece goes to open her gifts, only to not really open mine, but uncover it. This is what you are suggesting.
That is what I am suggesting.
My sister's daughter? Maggie will kill me. My mother will commence a shaming that's bound to last years, and my father... Let's not even go there. But On the other hand, a strong point could be made. I mean, I still purchased a gift. Mackenzie will still get a present.
Think about it. We could change the world. Two lifelong friends set out to help thousands of people who are plagued by this wrapping paper infection. I'll even go with you.
You know, my mother already hates you from the bowling ball incident. This won't help much. And Maggie, I mean, she can't stand you. She has love for me. She's stuck. I'm her son. I'm the brother. You might be shunned for life.
I can think of plenty worse things than being shunned for life by Janice Shore. And your sister's been an arch enemy for forever.
Fine, let's do it. But afterwards, we hit the tables as planned?
Busy day tomorrow, though. Robbie's wake is at, what, 2? And what time's his party?
Yeah, wake's at 2, parties at 7. Let's get a haircut. I need to clear my head. Talk about an emotional roller coaster. Plus, I've got all this mail to go through.
Just remember, this wrapping paper thing could change the world.
Now, let's go, Bumblebee.
Seriously? I didn't even know you could strike out in T-ball.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it was like 5 times, and the kid was just throwing lollipops the entire game. I couldn't even make contact. But I think the worst part was that the team was sponsored by a modeling agency. Only time I've seen my father cry.
I can't stand cards. I mean, look at this. Happy Easter from the Browns. I mean, I haven't seen the Browns in like 4 years, and now they expect me to put a picture of their kids who I have never met on my fridge.
Yet another element from the parties, presents, and well-wishes world that should be eliminated immediately. And speaking of parties, presents, and well-wishes, the wrapping paper, Mackenzie's party.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. It's not the easiest thing for me to be this all-out professional mafia-style hitman like you are.
Well,
I need to warm myself up.
Hey,
Hey, what are you doing here? I thought you were going home.
I was, but I had to pick up Mackenzie's birthday cake and I saw you two through the window.
twice in one day? Well, it certainly is your pleasure.
You know? Thought I saw a wasp outside. Did you want to go get it?
Sit down for a minute.
All right, just a minute though. Hey, you know, Mom was telling me that Robbie's wake's tomorrow.
I know, it starts at 2. I'm gonna be late heading there because I gotta take Mom and Dad to pick up their new dining room table.
I mean, that's gonna be a pretty big wake. Robbie was a popular guy.
Yeah, sure will be. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm at that wake for the long haul. I mean, I can't just show up and leave. Robbie and I were friends for a long time.
And yet another, shall we say, unique social occasion presents itself?
What's that?
Well, I don't think it's fair that if you plan to be there for the entire time, that you should wait in that long line, that hours-long line, to get in to see your friend's service. I would argue that since you intend to stay for the entire thing, you should just bypass the line.
Cooking up another goodie, are we, Bumblebee?
I'm just saying that it's not fair if he's going to stay for the whole thing that he has to wait in that long line. It's all very backwards. You should get to choose. You should either pay respects to the family or pay the respects to the deceased. Not both. The whole thing would move a lot faster.
You know, it kills me to admit it, but he does have a point.
Sure does. But how do you propose I solve the arriving late but staying for the whole time problem?
Well, that one's easy. Side door, buddy, side door.
Wait, what does that even mean, the side door?
It means you go through the side door of the funeral parlor. They're always open during services. You simply walk in, act like you own the place, pay your respects to the deceased, take your seat among the grieving, wave to the family, no harm, no foul.
Come on, Sal. I mean, you're crazy to even consider this. It's against all social conduct.
Exactly.
Your dear friend here just continues to put you in these awful situations. Let's not forget the T-ball coaching incident. Oh, and my personal favorite, the cheerleading donation jar at the mall.
My dear, I am simply trying to help my friend navigate through some of the world's most intense societal annoyances. And in regards to the donation jar, they had it coming.
And hold on, he's making some good points. I shouldn't have to wait in a long line if I'm going to be there the entire time. I'm making a multiple hour commitment, and some people are just making a 5-minute commitment.
I am not only certain that I am right, but that I am absolutely right. I'll tell you what, I knew Robbie a little bit, so I'll go to the services with you. I happen to have some experience in the sneaking into the side door funeral parlors department. And now, if you'll excuse me, I must use the restroom.
What? Experience? Sal, this is getting ridiculous every minute. Look, that's your friend, and you're my brother. So whatever you want to do, I support you, but if you want to sneak into this wake and damn yourself to hell, just go nuts. But look, just be on time, wear something nice. Mackenzie is really psyched to see you. I don't know, just get someone like a neighbor to wrap the present for you.
Oh yeah, that present.
Yeah, the present for your niece.
Yeah, I got it. I'll be there after the wake.
Don't give me this text while you're talking to me deal.
Hey, I can do two things at once. I'm just letting Jason know that he needs a suit for Robbie's wake.
Jason, he's in the bathroom. You can't wait 5 minutes.
I gotta stay connected. I learned that from my students.
Tomorrow keeps getting bigger and bigger. Wake, party, casino.
All set, Sal?
Yeah. Are we sure about this?
Trust me, Sal. Trust me.
Yeah, all looks good. Oh, yeah, I've been here before. Aunt Matilda's service.
Let's just hurry up and get to our seats. I'll feel a little better.
Okay, the hard part is over, so just relax.
Don't go acting like you did me a huge favor. It makes sense that if I'm staying, I shouldn't have to wait in a long line. Of course, it feels like everyone's staring at me. Oh, good old Scott Quaker. Worst high school basketball referee ever. Robbie hated the guy. He gave him a technical foul just for looking at him funny. Remember that?
Referees. You know, I give them and meteorologists a ton of credit. They could be bad and wrong every day and still keep their jobs. You know, this place has changed a little bit. You know, I mean, that's different. And then these ceilings fans are new.
Just shut up. I don't care about renovations. I feel like I'm gonna get arrested or something. This feels so wrong.
Just calm down. I'm gonna go grab myself some mass cards, and they make excellent bookmarks. Oh, and if I'm lucky, I'll be able to snag a funeral home pen, add to my collection.
You collect funeral home pens?
One more, and I will have the entire region covered.
Pardon me, sir. Could you come with me for a moment?
Who, me? Is everything all right?
Unfortunately not. There was an issue with your entrance.
How I entered the building? I'm here grieving and paying my respects, and you ask me a question like that?
I'm very sorry for your loss, sir, but we have a very, very strict entrance policy into the funeral home. And you have indeed violated it. Please come with me, or I will have to involve the authorities.
The authorities? This is a funeral home, not a jailhouse. I can't believe this.
Terribly sorry for your trouble, Mr.
Sure.
Yes, Mr. Shore. Terribly sorry for your trouble. My name is Sebastian Dye, and I'm the funeral director here. Unfortunately, it has come to my attention that you purposely snuck in the back door of the funeral home in order to bypass a very long line.
Wait, hold on. Dye? You're a funeral home director and your last name is Dye?
Mr. Shore, may I point out how troubling this is? Your cavalier attitude in this case greatly concerns me. Are you aware that we have a very strict entrance policy here? And that violating that policy has severe penalties? And yes, the DYIE family has been in this business for nearly a century.
Penalties like I can't come to the funeral home for a year or something?
Indeed, sir, a 1-year ban. Furthermore, any coupons or discounts you attempt to use would be null and void.
Coupons
on, discounts? What kind of funeral home uses coupons and discounts? You know what? Don't even answer that. Trust me, if I die, I'm going to use my coffin and cremation 25% off somewhere else.
Not to worry, sir. We won't be seeing you anytime soon. I'll have my associate, Mr. Black, escort you out.
Side doors for me, Shore, not for you.
Sir, one more thing. Know that this violation is not just a violation of our code, but of the NFDA Code of Grieving. The idea that you tried to bypass the line at this funeral home is of great concern. Would you try to budge the line at a coffee house if it were a long one? One more penalty of this magnitude, you wouldn't want to know the consequences. Good day, sir.
Let's go, you side door bandit.
I simply cannot believe this, Sal. This morning you were such a big help to me with the dining room table. And then just a few hours later, I get called to a funeral home because you get caught sneaking in a side door? What is this? Some kind of bad joke? Is it one of those mystery shows where you punk your mother? Oh, my own son sneaking into a funeral home. You know, I thought that the stealing of the communion host when you were in 6th grade was bad, but this tops that.
All right, Mom, I'm fully aware this isn't your finest moment. It isn't mine either.
I just don't get it. You went to Catholic school. I remember your father waking you up at 6 a.m. for 7 a.m. Mass when you started as a server. And you led the rosary in 3rd grade. Oh, Father Drake said that you used to have a deep spiritual connection to your faith. And now this. Oh, a mother can't be in charge of her son forever, right? If he wants to damn himself to hell, and that looks pretty likely after this event, then what am I to do? I am going to make an appointment with Father Weston down at church, and we are going to talk.
Enough, Mom, okay? I'm not meeting with Father Weston. I get annual notices about how much I've donated, and let's just say I can count the number of contributions I've made on one hand.
Easy to do when you don't go to church.
Heaven help me. Well, if it isn't Houdini, nice bailout job today after I met with Sebastian Dye. D-Y-I-E. No, I don't want to hear about that. No, I don't care that you got talking with one of the funeral home ushers. No, it's not my problem you befriended him when at your Aunt Matilda's service, okay? I got banned for a year, and even more than that, it was my fault the entire event got stopped. And what do? I'm at my lowest point. I turn to see my best friend. What's he doing? What's he doing as I'm getting dragged out of the funeral home? He's stuffing his pocket full of pens. Oh, that's great. That's great, Jason. You haven't paid for pens in a year. Another wonderful feather to put in your cap. Look, can you pick me up? 10 minutes? I still got to get Mackenzie's present. All right, I'll meet you out front.
Salvatore, I don't like that boy. But that's nothing new, Maggie. I've never liked him. Not when he convinced your brother to look through that divider at the girls changing for gym.
Do you remember when he made Sal sign that contract to fight Jimmy Lefton in the boys' bathroom?
I never cried so hard. Your father had to dry my tears for a week. Tell me he put you up to this. Did he influence you again? You know, I am going to call his parents and tell them a thing or two.
Mama. I'm in my 30s, okay? I think we're past the point of no return of parents calling each other's parents over these little issues. This was my decision. I own it.
Yeah, he's never been a good influence on you.
I love Jason. Look, yeah, he's got some rough edges. And yeah, we've got into some pickles. But he's a pioneer. Any social issue, he's got a solution for. It's really something.
You know, if you bring him to Mackenzie's party, then you keep him away from me. I have no interest in speaking to him. Just keep him away from me.
Mom, do you remember that time you called me like 2 a.m. because he wouldn't leave the house?
He wouldn't leave the house. He literally would not leave. You went to bed. Dad went to bed. How many more social cues do we need to give to the guy? He literally sat up and talked to me until 3 a.m.
It's not my fault you didn't pull the plug. How hard is it to say, all right, Jason, I'm going to bed?
You know, I just want you to start thinking for yourself. It's sneaking into a funeral home and shaming our family. Oh, it's just the lowest point ever. You know, you better hope that this Di character doesn't connect the dots. Your Aunt Janine, God rest her soul, her service is next week.
He's not gonna be able to go.
Why can't I go?
You were banned for a year.
All right. All right, listen. My ride's here. Talk to you guys later.
Sal, keep him away from me.
Isn't it funny how the older you get, the less important your birthday becomes? I mean, look at all this. Balloons, streamers, presents, exotic cake. I've got about 5 people at my birthdays now.
Mackenzie's 9 years old. It's a big deal.
It's another backwards deal. The younger you are, the less bells and whistles should surround your birthday. The older you get, the more celebrated you should be.
So by the time you're 90, your party's packed with people.
The number of people you get to invite should correspond with how old you are. Turning 40 next week, you can invite 40 people. And speaking of not looking a day over 40, hello, Mrs. Shore. Fabulous ensemble. Congratulations on your granddaughter's birthday.
You can tell your friend that he's lucky I'm not punching him in his man parts for that funeral home incident. And one more thing, Bumblebee. You don't congratulate me on my granddaughter's birthday. What the hell did I do? If you're going to congratulate someone, at least know how to do it appropriately. Maggie gave birth to her, congratulate her.
I will correct my mistake immediately, Mrs. Shore. Now, may I ask, what is the main course here? Pizza, some appetizers, maybe some shrimp?
Who the hell invited you anyway? Where's your invitation? Sal, keep him away from me.
Uncle Sal,
Hey, sweetie, happy birthday.
did you bring me a gift?
Of course I did. I can't wait for you to see it.
Mackenzie, why don't you see if any of your friends want cake and ice cream, okay? Look, buddy. You better pray. No, I don't even know if prayers are gonna help you at this point. But if my brother can't get into our Aunt Janine's services next week, I am going to make your life impossible.
Why should I get the brunt of this blame? I had to collect my pens.
Pens.
Yeah, funeral service home pens. They're available at every service, and I collect them.
You collect funeral home pens?
Can we change the subject?
Mom, can I put my presents in?
Sure, sweetie.
What's this?
Yeah, what is this? Did someone leave a towel out?
Probably. I'll move it.
No, it's not a random towel. It's my gift from Mackenzie. Here you go, sweetie.
Go ahead and do what? It's not even wrapped.
It's okay, sweetie. I'm a terrible wrapper. I ran out of wrapping paper. You'll love the gift, I promise.
But it's not wrapped. I can't open it.
Sal, you covered it with a blanket? What is this, circa 1987 when Dad used to do it? She's 9 years old.
I promise you'll love it.
No, I can't open this. I won't open this. If it's not wrapped, it's not a present.
Oh, Salvatore, how could you? You. This reeks of you. This is something that you would have your fingerprints all over. My Sal couldn't think of something like this on his own. Let me guess, Sally, it's another social issue that you've been coached on.
Actually, yes, Janice. Are you somehow saying that your son's present isn't worthy enough because it isn't wrapped? Putting that wrapping paper on a pretty high pedestal, aren't we?
Oh, don't you dare, Jason Rudy. I'll call your mother. Don't think I won't.
Feel free. She's in Florida with Dad. I got them tickets for their anniversary, and those tickets were not wrapped.
Oh, okay, Mom, hold on. I really did run out of wrapping paper. I didn't think it was a big deal. Dad used to do this all the time when we were
Your
kids.
father was the laziest person there was when it came to gifts. And you've helped ruin a little girl's birthday party.
You've got some nerve. This isn't the least bit funny. What are we supposed to tell these kids?
You can tell them that wrapping paper is the most useless thing on this planet.
You disgust me.
She's refusing to come back. She said that she can't believe that somebody would give her a present that wasn't wrapped and she can't open it. I want to see your invitation. You know, for a guy who has an awful lot to say about wrapping paper, You showed up without a present. Who comes to a little girl's birthday party and doesn't bring a present?
How would Mackenzie like a funeral home pen? Perfect for doing homework assignments and writing notes to friends and thank you cards to all these wonderful guests. And this one has particular sentimental value because we got it the same day that her uncle was tossed out of a funeral home. Wow, historic artifact.
I happen to have some experience in the sneaking into the side doors of funeral parlor department. And now, if you'll excuse me, I must use the restroom.
I'm sorry, we had to do it again because I started to smile.
I'm smirking too, actually, and I was like all serious before.
I have to look at his face while he
I
says
know.
That's funny.
that. God damn it.
I like that a lot.
That was cute.
We have a gag reel.
I'm very sorry for your loss, sir. However, you have strict...
One more, and I will have the entire region covered.
Your invitation. For someone who has an awful lot to say,
When we were kids.
Father was lazy. And I really don't know what else to say about that.
Is that why you divorced him?
Yes!
I learned that from my students.
I've already forgotten my line.
He did.
Tomorrow just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Wake, casino, and nope. That's all right.
looks like you showed up any...
Do that again, they're in the wrong spot.
Jason, Samuel, Rudy, who you despise, is finally here.
Perfect timing.
He's taking a sweet ass time, I can tell you that. No, I know.